Welcome to episode 29 of The Book of Jake. My name is Jake Abdullah. This is a podcast where we speak to very interesting Malaysians, not necessarily famous, but if you can get both interesting and famous, then it's fantastic. So again, before we introduce my guests, two people I know for almost 20 years. Actually, there's a third member, but he's an IT professional who's at work at the moment, so he couldn't make it. Roshan and Vidya from K-Town Clan.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so welcome to the podcast. So good to have you guys here because
Thank
you know
you,
why? I was actually, I have to claim this, I was actually a big part of them being discovered. I know this for a fact.
That's the truth.
Because I remember this vividly. I was a head judge of Blastoff, Astros Blastoff. And it was 2005. So I remember, and you guys won. And I remember seeing it then. I said, you know what? Between y'all and Frequency Canon, I said, this guy's took it. I remember that. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us what's been happening. And
I have been doing what I've been doing from the beginning. Music all the way. Production, music. And one thing has led to another.
You're selling sandwiches during COVID,
No,
No,
not
post-COVID.
Much
Before COVID.
way earlier than
He
that.
was actually selling sandwiches.
I was.
So that's what I speak about also. If you have to find a way, you have to find a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just been doing music ever since.
Video?
Always wanted to venture into F&B.
Okay.
And then, of course, it's a common friend. Even Roshan knows him. He's been in the F&B line for a long time. And then recently I've partnered with him. Actually, this happened during COVID period. And we have opened a restaurant.
What's it called? Don't be shy. What's it called?
It's called Marinero Mediterranean Dining and Bar. At
Gempa lah, for a Kajang boy. Kajang.
Kajang,
For a
all the
Kajang
way.
boy, you got a Mediterranean restaurant. This is amazing. So it's in...
Lalaport, Bukit
Okay,
Bintang,
okay.
Gomez Street.
Okay, so take us back to where you started. Ganesh is not here, but you can speak on behalf of him. From where you started and where you are now. But before
you
that,
want the
who's
details,
the most famous of the three?
Of course, Roshan, Jam Rock.
That's what they think lah. But
He's also known as the Ladies' Choice.
Ladies' Choice, huh?
This is back those days lah.
His wife might be listening to this podcast, so let's be cautious about this.
Please. So started off with Vidya and myself, always loving rap and music. And what happened was I went for national service. And my cousin dropped me a message and said, hey, Astro is having this show called Blastoff, this
yes.
talent competition. Would you like to join? So I wrote to Vidya. I didn't have a phone back then. I wrote to Vidya, like brothers. And I said, brother, there's this thing going on, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to join? He said, yeah, let's go. When you come back, we're going to join. It was just in time. Then what happened was when we came back, found out the details, you need 3 people to join. So we remember in school, we were jamming a lot with Ganesh, who was our senior.
So you all were rapping in school and all that?
Not really. We just loved, we used to watch
Hanging out lah.
MTV jams, listening to music and all that together and just telling ourselves one day we're going to do rap. And then we went to Ganesh's house. His mom said he was in the cyber cafe. Found him in the cyber cafe. He was playing Counter-Strike or Dota at the time. And then saw him. Then he's like, hey, what you guys doing here? And we're like, brother, we want you to join us. We're joining this competition. All I need you to do is, can you spit like 8 to 16 bars right now just to give a taste of what you got. So he spit his brother's bars and I thought, oh my God, this guy's got such a good voice. Then we asked him, would you please join us? He said, yeah, let's go, not knowing what he got himself into. And when we went for the auditions, we knew a lot of people who had some form of experience. We were just 3 boys who had the gaya, but inside
Raw, very raw.
we didn't know what we were doing and no experience at all. Then joined by God's grace, auditions made through, and then quarters made through, semi-finals made through, and then finals, we won it to our surprise.
No lah, I knew you all.
You knew. We were like, oh my God.
Albums. How many albums have you done so far? Or singles or?
Under me, I believe there are 5 albums. K-Town Clan, two albums.
What is K-Town Clan? Kajang Town Clan?
Yes.
You're like gangsters or what?
No.
lah.
We're not gangsters.
So what has changed in the music industry from 2005 to now? Yeah.
Now everything is streaming, everything is easily accessible. And those days, if you wanted something, you had to buy it, you had to fork out money for it or even search for it.
So Vidya, in this period, do you think that recording companies and all that are still a thing of like a necessity?
Can I add to what?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You don't have to ask permission.
I think the other things that changed that the sound of the music itself have changed. Like when we came up, we thought crunk music was the thing at that time. So we introduced and people were like, hey, what was crunk music and things like that. But now, crunk music is no more relevant in the scene nowadays. The sound and the music has changed.
I might be wrong, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I feel that maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like rappers, everybody sounded different. DMX sounded different. Nelly sounded different.
Yes.
Park sounded different.
I was just getting to that.
Everybody had some form of uniqueness, but these days, I mean, not everybody. Of course, there are a lot of different people.
Are you describing mumble rap and all this?
Very hard to say, but a lot of stuff sounds the same. Drum patterns the same, instruments the same, and treatment of the vocals is the same. So that is just my analysis of the whole situation.
So let me rephrase this. So what would make you stand out now?
To not follow the
trend.
To not follow the trend and try. Of course, you got to inject. What's that word? Cognitive similarity or something that people are
familiar with. Okay.
But also not being afraid to. You probably can record one song that is sort of okay.
No, you're not answering me.
Punching the crowd.
You're not answering me. I'm going to ask Divya to answer me.
Divya.
So to me, if you have to put it into one phrase, what is going to make the difference in this era for hip hop? I know this, but I'm asking you the question.
Oh man, I hope I'm sorry. Just be yourself.
Just be yourself. Okay, so were you all yourself in that song?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard it also. I thought it was fantastic. The hook was great.
Thank you.
And being in the radio industry for like over 30 years, if you don't have a hook, you don't have nothing.
True.
So when I heard it, I said, hey, this is different. And I think you all played to that. And what I like actually about your group is your ethnicity is prevalent. You all can try to sound yo, what's up, but that Kajang comes out.
That is true.
And that to me is very important. Unless you can authentically, like Hanuman kind, who lived in the States and all that.
Studied there.
Yeah, so you guys actually sound authentically Malaysian. And I believe that we should be able to project Malaysia more into the world rather than bring the world to us to project a fake Malaysia. So even the way you spell Make Your Body Go, I said, it's interesting.
Props to Vidya for that.
Hey, okay, like Kajang. So tell us about you growing up in Kajang and the influence you had in your music.
Kajang was a very
ghetto lah.
It was a ghetto at one point in time. It's not like that anymore. But as of recently, news is starting to pop up again, which is kind of sad. I thought we moved forward.
Going back to the ghetto lah.
We moved forward from all this stuff. But when we were growing up, we were exposed to a lot of good things and bad things as well. But I would say for us, Kajang is, I believe, just like Sentul or Klang. Everybody is close-knit and everybody...
Why do you point at me at Sentul? Yeah, I did grow up in Sentul.
But you know the dynamics of that
I
kind
studied
of
for 11 years in MBS Sentul.
And you just respect your elders. And
that's why he's calling me Ne. My name is not Ne. Ne means Anne. So there's respect, which I appreciate, because even I remember there are a lot of guys like Kumarasan, who's like a national bodybuilder. He calls me Anne and he spells it A-N-N-E. So people say, why is he calling me Annie? Yeah, and just respect. So I guess that comes from the ghetto side. But how? Okay, Divya is keeping quiet a lot. But I just like to tap your mind, Divya. And I know you got a lot to say, and you're just shy to say it. But
can I correct my name?
Yeah. It's Vidya. Divya. This girl, Vidya. I'm dyslexic. I have to apologize. I'm very dyslexic, so sometimes I flip things around. In your words, how is Malaysian hip hop and rap going to progress?
Based on how we perceived music, based on how I perceived music, always be original. Always don't be afraid to explore new sounding, new style, new ways of conveying your art form to the world. Somebody will pick it up. I don't feel that, nobody's going to listen to me, no one's going to appreciate me and all.
Very good segue to what I'm going to ask you next. You said somebody will pick it up. So what are you doing actually for it to be picked up? Because I don't believe that somebody will just pick it up by, we have to push.
Yes, we have to push.
So how are you pushing your music?
The moment we get the master, we will, of course, apart from the usual stuff, distribution, but we also go all out in just sharing it with radio, sharing it with whoever we can, even influencers. So let me to put it simply, is that you gotta either have thick skin or not have this air about you to be shy to ask.
If you're shy, you're not going to get
you gotta
anything.
keep going, and if you get a no, it's okay. I keep going.
So that's in Malaysia, but to get it externally, what are you all doing?
That's a very good question, which only recently we started thinking about. Like the other day I just posted something like, we've noticed a lot of people, our peers, performing overseas. Then I was like, hey, why are we not performing? And our songs are English. Let's say like Amos Paul, Yogi. At the end of the day, our music is also English, mainly English.
Yeah, so you all are uniquely Malaysian, which I'm going to give you a piece of advice now, and it's up to you all how do you all use it or ditch it. But I guess I said in my last episode, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take.
Yes.
So if you don't try, you're not going to get it. These days, if you watch TikTok and stuff, there are people who will just review this.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people like, I saw some American guys, American rappers reviewing Hanuman Kain.
Yeah.
And they were blown away. So I guess what you always have to do is to be bodacious and just, tag these people, send them your stuff, review, or what do you think? We've done Malaysia, and keep doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it.
You've done once doesn't mean it's going to work.
Yes.
You have to
right.
Keep at it until they get sick of you. And then it'll happen. So most people give up after the first, after the second, and I tell people this, it's a story of me. It's just, I don't give up. I'm closing into 60 and I'm doing stuff people half my age are not doing, so, and I don't give up. It's not because I'm out to prove anything to anybody. I want to prove it to myself that I can do it now. And you all are so talented, but talent is only talent. Unless you can get out there and support and have a marketing concept, it's going to work. Because I think if Hanuman Kain is this guy from Kerala, India, who worldwide hit Big Dog. I believe it didn't happen overnight.
Oh no!
Yeah,
great video, but it didn't happen overnight. It was just stomping. I listened to it, so I believe you have that effect. You just got to work at it. So, how are your thoughts on actually getting? After I've said, what do you think you're going to do next?
Nowadays, if you notice that even our T-shirt has a QR scan.
Yes, so that
for them to discover us then and there. Those days we'll be distributing CDs. Hey, get to know us. This is what.
How do you buy this T-shirt?
I only do 100 to 200 of these. Once it's sold out, I don't repeat.
Okay.
So the next
how do you buy it?
You can just drop me a message. Or the best way to find out when the drop is to turn on notifications on my Instagram.
Yeah, and please don't ask him to give you, because I also won't do that. I will actually buy. I will actually support. I will actually pay for it. Never do that. So this is another merch is another way
we can monetize.
Okay. So now coming to Malaysia, who are your inspirations?
Going back to basics, it would be, of course, Too Fat, which is Joe and Malik, Yogi, Mo, Kashmir Stones, Darky. Really, his music was one of those songs, albums which we would bump in the car.
Correct.
How about you?
Same. Almost the same. Because these are songs we used to hang out in some padang with our bicycle and listen to it. And
what about now? And name artists that is, they love themselves too much.
No. It's just, this always happens when I'm asked this. I find out a lot of new stuff from my son. So Tyler, the creator, is Chun.
You know who impressed me? And this has got nothing to do with hip hop. There's this guy called Zubir Khan.
Oh yeah.
I picked him up in TikTok. I was watching this and I said, who is this flirt singing in Tamil?
And he's Malay, huh?
Yes. It's a great story. He worked in a bakery, lost his hand, and I was like, what? And we had him here and he's got like millions of views and he's enjoying himself and he's found his niche.
Yes.
I thought that was brilliant.
You
should think about doing a collab with him or taking that Macha song, taking that chorus and bam!
Speaking of which, his manager contacted me recently to
No, seriously, I think you should do it. Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes you just have to, and he impressed me.
Kid Sunday is dropping a lot of Havoc stuff now also. I think he's got a new song, Mantap Choi.
Yes.
Sykes, if I'm not mistaken, the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Sykes.
Is
it Sykes?
I don't know.
Size.
What's going to happen next for you? Make your body go.
Yeah.
How much success have you seen?
Success in terms of
I don't know. You tell me.
Of course, we have hit a huge amount of views in a short span of time. If you measure that as
we entered it without any expectations.
Yeah.
And go on.
What a great video, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vinod Raj Pillai who shot
Vinod
it.
Raj Pillai.
VRP.
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
That span of time, we have achieved that amount of views, which is have never.
You are pussyfooting my question. How much money have you made from that?
To be honest,
Not much, right?
I feel not much, but we're getting a ton of shows, love.
That's good. That's good.
A ton of shows, and K-Town Clan, as you know, we've been around for a long time, so we can charge a little extra.
How much
than
y'all
the
charge per
usual.
show?
15.
15K, yeah? That's decent for how
it's
long
not
set?
much, for rock stars and all.
For-
Not
for
much.
how long?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
15K for 15 minutes. That's not bad. So who makes most of the money from 15K? Y'all share equally.
Okay, we put it like this: whoever gets the show will get a smaller cut, lah.
Okay, so you got
And then
Extra cut, not small.
Extra cut. And then we split it equally, but also 4 ways, lah, because we pump into our company.
Okay, so Vidya, tell me, you're married, you got how many kids?
No, I'm married, yes, but no kids.
What's happening?
What's happening? Nobody knows.
No, I'm just kidding. So are you planning to have kids?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
of course.
so if your kid turns out to be a rapper, how would you take it?
I will definitely encourage him and groom
What
him.
about you?
2 kids.
2 kids, how old?
One is 1, one is 13.
Why the gap?
Good question, lah.
The one happened during COVID, right?
No, lah. After.
13 years old. Is your son into hip hop and all that?
I tried to produce for him a couple of songs, but then I don't want to push him. I also want him to come to me and say, Pa, can we do another? I know I did a couple of songs, but there was no interest.
Maybe he's got something interesting.
Maybe something else.
So we've missed out something very important. Ganesh.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us 3 things we don't know about Ganesh. Then I'll go with you. I know he's put on a lot of weight. That's obvious. So we're not going to say anything. Sorry, Ganesh.
Ganesh also exercises.
It doesn't show though.
No, but
But I'll take something that you always say at the end of the day. Okay, I will. That you also have to, as long as
Watch your food.
Yeah, you're eating, you need to consume what you need.
Yeah.
You're consuming more than what you need.
There's calorie deficit. He still need to be in the calorie. So
he does exercise.
I'll have a chat with him. Get him into
Another thing about Ganesh is
him.
Oh, him.
no, Ganesh is actually in the group. He's the peacemaker. If you all don't know.
So you all fight lah.
Within
Not
us,
really.
we don't fight. He's like the middleman who says.
Okay.
He's the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Third thing.
He's also
Strategic thinker.
yes, he's very.
And he's an IT professional.
very rational when when we're stumped or we don't know what direction to go, he lays it out in a format where it's easier to
So
choose.
have you all ever had a moment where you all had an argument where you all wanted to break up?
No, Lana.
No, huh? That's fantastic.
A lot of people have asked me what different interviews. If I go alone, touch wood, what is your biggest achievement or the greatest thing that has happened? I think they're trying to punching whether production staff or Rajinikanth staff or all sorts of things and or performing overseas. But to me, honestly, the biggest thing which always comes to me is that I feel so happy that I'm still with the same fellas I started out with.
That's to me the best thing I've heard, because most people, when they find a little bit of fame, they tend to break up and stuff like that.
I've been told to, a lot of weird stuff.
Go solo and
weird stuff. So, but
brotherhood lah.
brotherhood na.
That's very good to hear. So we have to close up, but I'll ask us one tough question for you guys. If you broke in the States and somebody said, Roshan, we just want you. Would you ditch these 2 fellas?
I will come back and tell them that this is what they said. It's okay. We go with their plan. But then behind the scenes, I will also keep going with them.
That's fantastic.
And
That's very
somehow bring
important.
them up.
I guess it's very important. It's a good lesson to be learned here. Sometimes, most times, friendship is more important than short-term gain.
Yeah.
So I wish you all the success. And how do we support you? How do we support K-Town Clan other than going for your concerts? And how do we support K-Town Clan?
One way is to spread our music. Please share as to many people that you can. It's just a matter of one click.
Yeah, that's the thing that I cannot understand. We will support everybody else, but we won't support our friends. You know, to me, it's like I'm a very hard critic, but if I like something, I'll call you and say it.
Yes.
And I've always been like that. And I don't. And these days, in a period where you can share.
Yeah. I mean, there's no money involved.
Exactly. You can share it in your story, or you can share it, and it's there, and people don't do it. And you always find that those who are not your friends are more supportive than your friends. And I've always said that. So that's one lesson to be learned. Please support them by sharing. Second thing is?
Yeah, most importantly, share our stuff. And if ever we do drop albums or what, buy it.
Mm-hmm. But the buying album, is it still a viable thing?
We've tried a different method. What we did for our last album was we did these coupons, just like you go to fairs and all, and then we told people that hey, this is our digital album, and it's RM1 or pay what you want, and people actually
that's brilliant.
Yeah, people
that's
actually bought it. We saw. I'll be honest with you, we could have seen a lot more, but once again, we didn't go all out. For me, as long as I can look in the mirror and tell myself I went all out, then I know the thing didn't work. But if I can look in the mirror and tell, no, you didn't really go all out. So it's us.
So who manages you?
We
Yourself.
manage ourselves,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay, last question I have for me is, when can I feature in one of your songs?
You tell me now. I actually wanted to ask you about this. Like, what direction would you like, or...
I don't know. I'll follow yours.
Leave it to us. Sure, nah?
Yeah, I'm on. I was actually one of the first guys to rap in Malaysia, in case you didn't know. So back in 80, 82,
I thought you
Crash
were
Course.
producing and DJing.
I was
You also rapped.
I was the original Crash Course.
That one I know.
Yeah, but I rapped in that album.
Eh?
Yeah.
But do you know Jake Kane also did remix one of our songs?
Yes. But
So I'm
right.
Yeah, I'm actually now thinking about how to remix your Make Your Body Go.
I can give you the stems.
Yeah. Can. So parting words to anybody you want to say bye-bye or support them. They have my support. Say bye to Ganesh and then we'll end this.
Thank you everybody for all the support all these years, and thank you Nav for having us once again. Jake has known us for the longest time, and he's seen us grow career-wise and sideways. And there's this one thing you said in your book also, Nav. What it was embrace the hustle, dance through the what is the word? Dance through life, and though it may not be instantaneous, but the rewards.
Yeah, it's never the destination. It's never the destination. It's the hustle. It's the grit. It's everything. So,
dance through the grooves of life.
Yeah. So and
that
I
is
keep
what
doing
we've
it.
Been trying to do.
Yeah. You guys are, to me, a very good example of grit and struggle and hardship. And never once I've seen you all complain. And that to me is very important, because I see a lot of people complaining.
We have that, to be honest, but
I haven't seen
we catch ourselves.
Yeah, but I haven't seen in public. So anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Vidya, Roshan and Ganesh Big Bow is not here.
Can we insert him here?
Yeah, I'll insert him there. Okay, thanks guys. Please again like, share, subscribe, and if you like this episode, tell a friend. Support Roshan and Vidya and
Ganesh
and Ketan Clan. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.